They don't know about me. You don't know about me. They gon' know about me. You gon' know about me. See, I am not a slave. I was born to slide. I am not afraid. Hop about the K. Oh yeah, free to God. They went out of state. I'm a child of God. I do not belong to the United States. Fuck black history, tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. I went to hell, I mean school, graduated at the top of my class. Still never thought I was over my peers. We did that time together 12 years. Ain't that some movie? I think that it is. They won't control me, I'm really a member. I traveled that road, I came back with the jewels for 'em. When I pull up, they pee how the roof gone. We some dog killers, won't true bones. Know we all spit on, we supreme. Somewhere I read a nigga had a dream. Did them dirty, they keep playing back that scene to us, but it bullshit. If you win the battle, you can tell the story and delete whoever, get whoever glory. Hope you listen closely, this ain't metaphoric. This is straight up real and I prepared you for it. MLK was a motherfucking agent. At first he ain't know it, cause really they played him. They showed him the front of the building, they tell him the back was burning. But the secret they gave him, he tried to reveal it. Go back and listen to that I Have a Dream and the speech that he gave on the night before they killed him. He climbed up that mountain and sink the promised land. That boy was a Mason by writing. They sealed them documents forever, but I know Masons in Atlanta know better. They said he was killed cause of prejudice, yeah, but they lied to you. Here I come with that shovel on yelling fuck black history. Ain't no black history, see, they gon' know about me. You gon' know about me. See, I am not a slave. I was born to slide. I am not afraid. Hop about that K. Oh yeah, free the guys. They went out of state. Yeah, I'm a child of God. I do not belong to the United States. Yeah, fuck black history. Tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British, man. Quite frankly, you was kings, Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners. Raised up the children to worship their images. Set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them. And this shit get way deeper than your pigment. What if I told you you was born sovereign and all you ever had to do was admit this shit? What if I told you that this was your ancestor land? That mean that they was the immigrants. Wait, I think that someone tried to explain that 100 years later. The Negro was still in exile in his own land. Natural birthright, Malcolm X style. What was Holmes saying? That's the curse, right? Fuck black history. Ain't no black history. This ain't black history. This ain't that you'll see. They don't know about me. You don't know about me. They gon' know about me. You gon' know about me. See, I am not a slave. I was born to slide. I am not afraid. Hop about the K. Oh yeah, free to God. They went out of state. I'm a child of God, I do not belong to the United States. Fuck black history, tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. I went to hell, I mean school, graduated at the top of my class. Still never thought I was over my peers. We did that time together 12 years. Ain't that some movie? I think that it is. They won't control me, I'm really a member. I traveled that road, I came back with the jewels for
'em. The right kind of man, more or less.
Yeah, I kind of unfortunately have a looks kind of requirement that I'm looking for. I don't want to be rated, but I'm just saying that I like them like you.
Hold on. Shout out to my dog Ayo Consaco. Big Facts Podcast in the house. That's my dog. Yeah, your godfather. Even yes, that's my boy. I watch his content. That dude has a good show, man. He got a good show and a good message. And a lot of you nothing ass batches. not you, Stacy. But man, the brother has good content. I'm gonna put his link down in the description. Good stuff. All right. Now let's be serious, Stacy. Let's
shot that nigga Dave first one through the door. What the fuck they thought, my nigga? They thought I wasn't coming back, my nigga. For real? Come on, my nigga.
Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr., tell him about the freak off. He calling the police, y'all. He calling, no, I don't give a, listen. No, you know what you did. You body slamming on the floor. Come on, police. Tell him the real you. 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 And why we're here today. Tell him why we're here today. Refuse to remove me. Why? Because the commotion. How did the commotion start? What did we talk about? What did I ask of you?
All of that is irrelevant.
All of that is irrelevant.
Started throwing shit and getting loud and disturbing people.
Okay, so you calling the police like a y'all, guess what? Over what? Because he want hoes over the house while his kids is here. Why you like to have hoes, drugs, and and weed, alcohol, mushrooms, and prostitutes in the house while his kids are here. Everyone has asked him to stop, but he will not listen to nobody. This is what's going on. This is the tea. While the is in the house, I asked him not to bring no in the house. I even came over here to help him with these kids because he won't watch these kids. Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr., tell him about the freak off. Tell them about the freak off. Tell them the truth. Tell these people the truth. Oh, shut the fuck up. You don't give a fuck about none of these kids. Do y'all see a fucking picture in this house of a fucking kid? He don't care about these kids. All he care about is doing drugs, drinking alcohol, fucking these hoes. That's what you care about. So let's go. I'm a Diddy bop the fuck up out of here. You and your freak off. You can get back to your freak off in a minute. You'll be next. You'll be next. You'll be next. You'll be next. Your stories will be coming out next. He gonna say, my daughter crying, you gotta go. But the hoe gonna stay, huh? The hoe gonna stay? The hoe gonna stay?
Excuse me.
The hoe gonna stay? The hoe gonna stay?
Excuse
The
me.
hoe gonna stay?
Come on now.
The hoe gonna stay?
You're doing a lot.
Huh?
Excuse me.
Why can't you just be at home with your kids?
Why can't you just get out?
Why you just can't be at home with the kids?
Excuse me.
Why you can't be at home with the kids? Is that hard for you to lay in the bed and lay down with your kids?
Nope, I've done it before.
No, you don't do it. That's the problem. That's why I'm here, and you know that. And you know that. And you know that, though. And you know that. And you know that. I'm on that. Shut up. Shut up. Shut your up. Man, shut your up. Shut your up. Take care of your kids and shut the bitch. Shut the fuck up. Mr. Clean. Please stop playing with me before I slap the shit out of you.
Yo, you slap the shit out of me.
No, shut your up. Shut.
All right, so this what going on. Y'all know whenever we start doing this shit, it ain't until we crank it up that, you know what I'm saying, bullshit all around. This motherfucker ain't working. This motherfucker won't reload. So we're gonna just have to do this shit the gangster way, my nigga. And the fucking tripod is on some bullshit. So that bitch might slide, but we getting back into it, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? We had to get a good little break in. But we had to come back. RP that nigga Scooter.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting. She had someone come over there, and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
How many shots were fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
So I believe the girl is hurt.
And they're coming from 273 William Nye Drive?
Yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Okay. Do you see or hear anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away, and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like, she's trying to. They brought her. The guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked, and then he was fighting her outside. And then there was another commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out. And he's refusing to let her out. And it's like 7 guys in the house.
New this morning while you were sleeping, we got the mugshot of 31-year-old Demetrius Spence, who Atlanta police say placed a fake 911 call that ended in the death of Atlanta rapper Young Scooter. Today, the woman charged with making that fake call before the events that led to the rapper's death will go before a judge. 31-year-old Demetrius Spence is currently in custody at the Fulton County Jail, and that is where we find 11 Alive's Karis Belger. Karis, let's talk about what charges is Spence facing.
Well, Spence is charged with transmitting a false public alarm. She's scheduled to have her first appearance at noon today. Police put out a public call earlier this week asking for the voice of the woman who made those 911 calls to be identified. Later, they say Spence was taken into custody. Young Scooter, whose legal name was Kenneth Bailey, died from injuries to his leg, according to the medical examiner. A statement says he, quote, punctured his right thigh, which led to blood loss. Now, police say they were called to a home on William Nye Drive Southeast on March 29th about a dispute and a report of a woman being dragged into a home. The caller, who police say was Demetrius Spence, claimed there were gunshots. Atlanta police say officers knocked on the door of the home and a man opened the door before closing it in their faces. Officers say then two men, including Bailey, left the home and jumped a fence. And officers say they were not able to corroborate the claims made in those 911 calls. Here's a little bit of that audio.
The situation that's going on right now, this girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there.
Now, Atlanta police have released a statement, and they reiterated in that statement that they did not fire their weapons during their interaction with Bailey or any of the others, nor did they use force. Right now, the incident is still under investigation. I'm Karis Belger, 11 Alive News.
All right, Karis, thank you. And if you want to listen to that full 911 call, we do have it inside the story. Just head to 11alive.com.
All right. So this whole thing, hold on. Before we do that, this bitch was a rapper or whatever like that. Let's hear a little bit of the music here.
See, I never been a bitch that like to bark a lot. I just sit back, count that cash, I don't talk a lot. If you get in my way, they gon' chalk you out. See, it's the winter, but my hitters bring them heaters out. Talking crazy about your nigga ain't gon' help you out. But it's okay, though, he really loves to give mouth. I spent the sheets up, now he can head out. I gotta hit the ATM, that car just cleared out. I just wanna get the cash, take the paper out. And I ain't worried about them hoes, fuck they talking about. I'm overseas, Jamaica, count foreign cheese. Bitch, please, you hoes never getting flued out. See, I don't have drama, y'all can beef it out. Signed to the streets real, these niggas telling out. Like how the fuck is you real, my niggas bail out. They stick to the code, my niggas solid. Never snitch, never fold. Yeah, honey. But enough for this pussy talking. Fuck that shit. My rich nigga on the line. What's up, daddy? He say I'm always on his mind. Is that true, babe? All he want is my time. Come get me. He tell me like Scarface, the world is mine. I just play with his mind. He send money tryna apologize. Breadwinner. He a good nigga, he never lied to me. Period. I'm addicted to the game, you hoes play for free. I'm putting ether on this beat, I know y'all feel me. If all them petty losses, that shit ain't hurt me. I bossed up on these bitches, know it hurts to see. It be a whole different vibe when they see me. Tell these rap hoes I'm shooting, they should've kept speed. Man, these bitches ain't no shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. First thing I noticed, and shout out to Dr. D and everybody who screamed at me about this. First thing I noticed, my nigga, I'm looking at these pictures and I really couldn't believe it was the same motherfucker. Like, dog, this bitch looked like she might be 20-year-old in this picture. And these. But then you look at that shit, this motherfucker look like she's 40 years old. Listen to it.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting. She had someone come over there, and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
How many shots were fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
So I believe the girl is hurt.
And they're coming from 273 William Nye Drive?
Yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Okay. Do you see or hear anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away, and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like she's trying to. They brought her.
Hey, hold up. I gotta speak right fast. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. I want to say something. You know, we've been out the way a little while. That's true. That's definitely true. I really want to speak to. We're gonna talk about Scooter and the nothing ass bitch and everything like that. But dog, on some real shit, I know there's people out there right now at this very moment that's going through a real struggle, something that's real serious. And I really want to say, like, dog, don't make no permanent decision from a temporary situation. Like, I know shit be fucked up. I know it be throwed off, and I really can't, you know what I'm saying, give it to you too much more than, dog, you got to keep pushing forward. And that shit you know you need to cut out, my nigga, handle business. Handle business, my nigga.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically, like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting. She had someone come over there, and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
How many shots were fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
So I believe the girl is hurt.
And they're coming from 273 William Nye Drive?
Yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Okay. Do you see or hear anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away, and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like she's trying to. They brought her. The guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked, and then he was fighting her outside. And then there was another commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out. And he's refusing to let her out. And it's like 7 guys in the house.
Still doing this dumbass shit, my nigga. What the fuck? Hey, shout out to that nigga Bless coming through the door. I appreciate that love. World is better every time you post. We need you. That's love, my nigga. I appreciate that. Dog, I'm wondering, like, what in the fuck? What would even be a sufficient charge for that? To say that there's an active hostage situation going on next door and it lead to a death, that should be at the very least involuntary manslaughter. It shouldn't be no bullshit misdemeanor case. Dog, I'm looking at the situation, and obviously we go to the whole, this is a nothing ass bitch from the jump. But I'm looking at on the legal side of it, if your actions directly or indirectly lead to somebody losing their life, how in the fuck are you only being charged with a fucking misdemeanor?
New this morning while you were sleeping, we got the mugshot of 31-year-old Demetrius Spence, who Atlanta police say placed a fake 911 call that ended in the death of Atlanta rapper Young Scooter. Today, the woman charged with making that fake call before the events that led to the rapper's death will go before a judge. 31-year-old Demetrius Spence is currently in custody at the Fulton County Jail, and that is where we find 11 Alive's Karis Belger. Karis, let's talk about what charges is Spence facing.
Well, Spence is charged with transmitting a false public alarm. She's scheduled to have her first appearance at noon today. Police put out a public call earlier this week asking for the voice of the woman who made those 911 calls to be identified.
See, that's the shit right there. I'm gonna be honest. Like, this is why when I first heard the situation and shit like that, I felt like
while you were sleeping, we got the mugshot.
Dog, come on with the dumb shit, my nigga. This is why when I first heard it, I felt like it was a cover up on the police side, because I guess I didn't know the whole gist of the situation and shit like that. And Dr. D, he filled me in on a lot of shit. But she made the call. They went to the house and he tried to run, broke a bone, and it, come on, my nigga. And it cut a main artery in his leg and he bled out. It seemed like immediately the police was trying to find somewhere else to place the blame and shit like that. And that's why I felt like they might have had something to do. But once it came out that he wasn't shot, it's like, what the fuck? And then you go straight to the, why in the fuck did he run? Why did he run? We're going to talk about, like I said, we'll get to the bitch and everything like that. But this is just for, on some, just street nigga, ex-street nigga, a nigga who lives in a legal lifestyle. Or used to, or you're currently living an illegal lifestyle. If every time you see the police, you gonna make yourself look guilty as fuck or look like you got something on you, you probably shouldn't be in the streets no fucking way. I gotta be dead honest, my nigga. Like, when a nigga heard that he just ran because the police was there, I was expecting for, you know, the police found a gun and a brick of coke and all kind of shit up in there. The search came up with nothing. Nothing was found in the house. I don't know if we got the toxicology report yet to see if he had something in his system, but my nigga, just honestly, my nigga, like, this is why it's so important for a nigga to get the fuck out the streets as soon as possible. You don't run just because the police knock on the door. Like, that I'm just being for real. Like, it has to be something, a reason for it. And then we went into the whole drug shit. You know, a nigga be high and you be paranoid and shit like that. That goes more into it. That go more into it, my nigga. And then I was seeing shit to where he's 35 years old. Then they saying he 40 years old. Dog, once you pass 30, these drugs is gonna affect your body in a totally different way. Just ask any nigga who, you know, was doing drugs in his teens and early 20s, and now he's in his late 30s, 40s. Dog, that shit is not going to, and still out there. I guess you would have to ask. I don't, like I said, dog, it's just, maybe I'm just losing my edge, and I'm just not seeing what the fuck is going on no more. Do we have an answer on why he ran? Is there an answer with that? Because I'm still a little lost here. And y'all gotta forgive me because this fucking, and this is why I don't like, motherfucker wonder why I fuck with androids, and you know what I'm saying? Neither one of these Macs is working. Neither one. I can't pull up YouTube. I can't pull up StreamYard. But this motherfucking, what is this? ThinkPad? What? Intel Core? I don't even know what brand this bitch is. It's just a laptop, but it ain't no fucking Apple. This bitch working. Let me look at the comments. See, they ain't even know that shit, man. Shout out to that nigga Theo Pacino in this motherfucker, my nigga. What the fuck going on? More facts up in this motherfucker. I see you, my nigga. Yeah, we working. John Bowman, I appreciate the love, my nigga. That's real, though. And I'm just being for real. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm just on some real shit. Why did he run? I'm just, before anything, because like I said, when it comes to a nothing ass bitch, it's gonna be a nothing ass bitch. A nothing ass bitch is always gonna be that. A zebra can't change its stripes. You know what I'm saying? Your mistake was made when you indulged with the nothing ass bitch. Let me go back. When you make contact with the nothing ass bitch, if you look at the bitch on the far left, look at the bitch on the far left. Actually, it ain't even a good picture. To be for real, my nigga, if we just really going off the dribble, this bitch is really too skinny for me. They say she was on a show. She was on some show, Baddies on Zeus and shit like that. So I'm guessing this is a spinoff of some bullshit, Love and Hip Hop offshoot, whatever. I don't understand why she would be on the show. Not to say that even on the Bad Girl Club. So I guess this is the offshoot of the Bad Girls Club. Even on that show, all the bitches wasn't fine. But damn. I'm saying, like, she doing a lot. Like, if you look at these pictures, these are her best pictures on her IG. Shout out to nigga Dr. D for sending that to me. Like, this is how the pictures look. Like, even these are looking kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like you trying to hide something. When I'm looking at these motherfuckers, she got something to hide for real. Yeah, this just ain't, to be honest, I wouldn't think that Scooter would be fucking with this caliber of bitch, to be honest. And that's still not to say that, you know, don't let me get high class and act like, you know what I'm saying, it don't get like that. You not like, you might just want a bitch who, you know what I'm saying, is a mouth professional. Or you just want something easy or whatever like that. And a bitch could, you know, just through her being persistent, she can sneak her way into your life. You know what I'm saying? Like a bitch she can creep her way in. And like y'all heard earlier, she tried to do the rap shit and all that. So she had reasons why she would be pursuing Scooter. I'm just like looking at it though. Dog. And then this is a big thing. This is a very big deal right here. When you have a bitch that, look at the picture on the left and the picture next to it. She had to do a lot. She had to do a lot. And when I'm saying do a lot, I'm talking about she had to spend money. Like the makeup and the hair and a real damn near Hollywood fucking makeup artist had to work on her. You know what I'm saying? To make her into that bitch on the left. I guarantee she was trying to find a way to get a BBL, but she probably just ain't have enough skin. She ain't have enough meat on her. They didn't have nothing to pull from nothing. Whenever you see this pose right here, you know what I'm saying? It's to give the image like the bitch got ass. My nigga, don't fall for that. You can't fall for that. This bitch is skinny bones. That just off top for me. And y'all already know it. Like, I'm going to take the big girl over the skinny girl any day. Any day. And that's for a lot of reasons. And one of those reasons is health. On some health shit, my nigga. Not to say a big girl can't have nothing, but no, this bitch skin and bone. Like, and this whole Aaliyah swoop thing she got with the hair, like trying to hide the, like, you trying to hide too much. You got too much going on. You like, I don't know what's going on with the, you trying to poke it out on the side and shit like that. There's a whole bunch of lying shit. Like, bitch, if you really had something back there, we would have been seen a picture from the back. Ain't none of these motherfuckers from the back. I couldn't find one from the back. You gotta be careful. You know, no disrespect, but you gotta be careful with them, with that skin and bone, my nigga. But the thing about it, like I was saying earlier, she put a lot into looking like that girl on the left. Even though the girl on the left still ain't, you know what I'm saying? But to go from the girl on the right to the girl on the left, it took a lot. And what you have to know is that a bitch is not doing that for no reason. She's not spending this money and sitting in that chair for hours on hours. Dog, with her, you know, some bitches, they'll sit in a chair for 8 hours getting their hair did and shit like that. With this bitch, in order for her to look like the girl on the left, she probably had to sit in that chair for days. This wasn't no one-day situation. This was probably a whole weekend type situation. That's bullshit. You look at the picture on the left, it's like, you'll say what she might have going for is she looks, I don't even know if I could use the word pretty, but she looked neat or whatever like that. But body is dead. Now you take all of that shit away. Look at the picture on the right, and it's like, so you ain't got no face, no hair, and you ain't got no body. Oh yeah, you either doing drugs or somebody didn't got you. Somebody didn't got you with that shit. But she knows what the point is, she knows what she looks like. The insanity of it is, if you see her without that makeup on and you treat her how she looks, this is how you get these situations where a bitch go crazy. It's like you took the fucking curtain down and exposed her and shit like that. And everything just go haywire. I got a lot of questions. I got a lot of questions in this situation because to be honest, when I'm listening to this recording, I feel like the dispatcher kind of knew this bitch was lying.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so
also, I appreciate that on the PayPal. I can't see it, but I see. I appreciate that love, huh?
Tell me exactly what happened.
okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff.
I gotta stop right there. I'm sorry, big home. I gotta stop right there. Cause that made me mad. I can't lie. What the fuck is this? Why is this uploaded? That's that ass model, Cuban Lust. I think that's the before and after the crack or whatever like that. I don't know why the fuck that's in there. But I gotta stop real fast. See, this is what I'm talking about as far as you picking your poison and you know what I'm saying, knowing who you are. Like, this is why the 3 S's are so important. Like, you being a slave to fucking will put you in a position where, all right, this bitch gonna do some crazy shit in the bedroom, so I'm gonna let her inside of my life. The whole time this bitch was around, she had no issue with no guns or no dope or nothing like that. But she was taking inventory. She was trying to get leverage from the moment she got through the door. And this is why I said this shit get real heavy, and it get heavy. From the moment that you let her in your life, she's trying to gain leverage. Obviously, you know she's trying to get pregnant and shit like that. She's trying to get you to marry her. She's trying to get it to where you cannot just leave her, because fuck what a bitch talking about. You're the prize. And I you can tell I'm rusty because I don't even like that fucking phrase. But by the way she treats you, you know that you're the prize. Like, she's coming through the door with straight fuck action, straight money action, whatever you want, it's on the table. She's doing that to get in so that she can gain leverage. She gonna be a freak hoping that you'll not use a condom. She gonna try to put some money down, you know what I'm saying, hoping that'll keep her around long enough to find something else she can latch on to, so that you cannot just throw her out the door, so that she'll have the same excuse as Neo baby mama. You remember the video in the beginning? Look at this bullshit. Look at it. The fuck is this thing doing, man? No, I that's why I say, my nigga, I don't fuck. The only things working in this motherfucker is Android fucking branded. That's bullshit. But Neo baby mama telling some, why can't you just lay in the bed with your kids? What the fuck? Like, you think a nigga don't understand what the fuck you saying? Why you just can't watch the kids? And like, I guess if you small-minded, if you have a really a lame nigga mindset, then you'll really feel like the bitch is on you, because you just that nigga and oh man, I'm him and all. Like you'll really take that like a bitch willing to do whatever the fuck I say do. She at my beck and call. You will take that as yeah, nigga. Not understanding she's like that for any nigga that could fit the bill that's outside of her reach. So she gonna be a freak slut bitch as long as you're. So let's do numbers. If you're 7 and above, she'll be the slut bitch, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? She'll go for it as long as you're. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are, as long as you're 7. And that don't just have to do with looks. That's just who you are. You know what I'm saying? Your name ring bells. It could be anything, but it's not you. As soon as you understand that it's not you, you can see what's going on a lot better. A nothing ass bitch is gonna do nothing ass bitch shit through and through. She's gonna get in, act however she got, just like a job. You go to the interview. Oh, yes, sir. No, sir. You're doing all the right things until you can get in, and then you start calling off and doing it once you get comfortable. She doing the same shit. The same shit. She don't give a fuck what she got to do, long as she can get in and see about the dope and the guns and all this other shit. First thing or nothing else she's gonna say once you kick her out for the first time, I'm gonna call the police. She's been eyeballing shit from the moment she walked through the door. Before she walked through the door, when she was riding in the car with you, she was smelling weed and shit. She was trying to see if you was on parole or probation. Find out who your parole officer is and act like she, calling the probation officer, parole officer, acting like you doing good and shit like that. But really, she just wanted the number so that if you don't do what she wants you to do, she can call and say, oh, he doing drugs. Oh, he. See, and this is why I had to come back on this one. Y'all, it's been a million fucking situation that's popped up since, I stepped back. But I had to come back for this one because I fuck with Scooter for one. But for two, it's like I felt like he was I felt he was more advanced than this. You know what I'm saying? Like, to go out like this, it's like they got a freebie on some shit. Like, shit, no, my nigga. They talking about freak accident and all this shit like this. Is like, no, my nigga. We been had bitches. We been that nigga had hoes that want us that we push to the side. We been had police trying to get in and all type of shit. Like, we know how to handle these situations. But when it comes to a nothing ass bitch, and we'll have to go back over that definition, but at the base of it, at the very core of a nothing ass bitch, is a bitch that doesn't want nothing. What she wants is to be the talk of Facebook. She wants bitches to look at what she has and be envious. She don't give a fuck about no kids. All she worries about is what other people see her as. She wants nothing. You ask her what her dream is, she'll look at you like you retarded. Like, what the fuck did you just ask me? Oh, to get a bunch of money and be with my, you know what I'm saying? Just some retarded shit. And because she doesn't want anything, it's nothing for her to destroy everything you got going on. So to allow a black hole, an infinite ball of fucking nothingness into your life at this age, dog, you have to know that's no different than just letting some nigga off the street fuck with you on the dope tip, on the gun tip, on anything. Let him know what the fuck going on. You don't do that. And to allow a bitch to come in simply because you can fuck her, dog, that's some high school shit. Dog, this bitch wasn't even fucking pristine in her execution of this bullshit. She didn't do this shit flawlessly. This shit was bullshit. Listen to this shit.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting. She had someone come over there, and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
How many shots were fired?
Dog, it's disgusting, you know, because when you listen to that and you realize that this is the call that in a roundabout way cost young Scooter his whole life. It's over with. Nothing ass bitch gets mad for whatever reason. A nothing ass bitch gets mad. You damn near gotta be more worried about the nothing ass bitch you fuck with getting mad than your ops getting mad. Because what the nothing ass bitch is gonna do is not gonna follow any lines of logic. She don't give a fuck about, you know, what they say, fucking up your nose in spite of your face. Like, she'll fuck herself up to fuck you up. I'm the neighborhood watch. They selling drugs. They shooting the guns. They beat the girl up over dope. The house needs to be investigated. So all of this shit that a bitch talk about, I don't mean to, but all of this is I had to bring this to you. All that shit that you'll hear a nothing ass bitch on the internet talking about how she want a thug, that nigga too nice. If you ain't got no bodies, don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with no rat nigga. You heard Neo baby mama dissing him because he was calling the police. Oh, police ass nigga. But she, at any point in time, she can pick up the phone and call the police, and it's over with. No questions asked. My nigga, if you're in a situation where you are, you know, sexually frustrated, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I would advise you to go on the strip and spend you $50 versus allowing somebody in your actual life because they stroke your ego. You can't be that fucking mentally and spiritually weak to where you gotta feel like somebody's praising you to make you feel better. The bitch got on the phone and said, "I'm the neighborhood watch." At that fucking moment, the dispatcher should have said, "What the fuck, bitch? You sound like a scorned bitch. You talking about some he and she and all this other shit. You describing shit that you will only see if you was inside the house. Bitch, did he just kick you out? Is that what just happened?"
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns and.
I'm sorry. But and shout out to that nigga Edgar. I see you, big home. Shout out to that nigga Edgar Allan Cole coming through the door. What he said? Drop them gems, big home. You know what the fuck going on. Shout out to that nigga Edgar Allan Cole the whole time rock with me. And shout out to everybody who throughout this little hiatus I went on was always checking in, making sure everything was good. Also, on an outside note, I want to know who came up with the whole AO is in jail shit. How the fuck did that come on the table? I would like to know who brought that up first, but that's something different. When I'm listening to her,
tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns in the air, and then
they selling drugs with guns in and out the house. My question is, dog, at what point are we gonna start putting these nothing ass bitches that happen to be black in the same boat as the white Karens, the white racist Karens? When are we gonna because if you listen to this sounds like something that a Karen would do. A Karen would call in and, you know what I'm saying, make this big fuss and all this shit. And it's usually the white racist Karen that gets the police all riled up, act like they're in such danger and all this shit, and the police come and kill the young black person because they heard a white woman in distress. So that means as soon as you get on the scene, you don't need to ask no question. Just kill the closest nigga around. Or the police get there and you just been lied on, so you a little hostile. You don't have that right no more. She can be as hostile as she wants to. But if you're hostile because you just been lied on, dead man. And they'll say, "Oh, he was acting aggressive and all this other shit." What's the difference between a nothing ass bitch trying to get a nigga popped because she got kicked out of party on some shit and the white Karen who wants the same thing the nothing ass bitch wants, for the nigga to go down regardless? This bitch sound like a fucking white racist, man.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting. She had someone come over there, and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing So they're doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing
How
the
many
area.
shots were fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
So I believe the girl is hurt.
And
and
they're
that's why
coming
I
from
say
273 William Now Drive?
That's not, yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Wow. When did the shots happen? Oh, it's happening now. Yeah, it's happening right now. You can't hear it because they got silencers on the guns. You can't hear the shots because they got silencers on the guns. But yeah, it's happening now. The girl is bleeding. Oh my God, she's bleeding so much. I'm the neighborhood watch down the street somewhere, but oh my God, she's bleeding everywhere. My nigga, dog, like it's hard. It's hard because it's like, my nigga, at some point, you gotta have enough. Fuck that fake pride, that bullshit you show on the internet and all this, the bullshit quotes you write, and you looking at the sunset and self-love is the best love and all this bullshit. Fuck all. I'm talking about real pride. You gotta have enough self-worth to not let wish I had the other picture and shit. You gotta have enough to feel like dog, every bitch want me, so I don't have to allow every bitch access to me. Not to mention, I gotta get into the real shit now. Not to mention, if you have been that nigga in real life, by the time you're 30 years old, a bitch wanting to fuck you should not just, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't still be at that point that you have to fuck every bitch that wants to fuck you. Especially when they not up to snuff. At some point, we got to look at what we got going on. Bitch, if you don't, if the only thing you got going on with your life is you got, they picked you to go fight on a fucking Zeus show called Baddies. They want you to be part of this fake reality TV shit. That's your claim to fame. My nigga, you can let some of that shit pass. At some point, you got to have enough confidence in yourself that, all right, I got somewhere I'm trying to go, and me getting to my goal in life is far more important than me getting head from this bitch or me fucking this bitch tonight. As I'm saying it, I guess it sounds kind of crazy. Some niggas wouldn't understand that. Like, why would you turn a bitch down that's trying to fuck you? And if that's how you know what I'm saying, then that's how your mind works, then you already fucked up from the beginning. Your life really doesn't have any worth to it at that point, because all the motherfucker got to do is offer you some and you'll go with anything. It's the easiest way to rob a nigga is to send a bitch, because contrary to popular belief, just because a nigga sell dope don't mean that he got bitches or he's experienced with bitches. A lot of niggas start selling dope. The same reason a lot of motherfuckers go to the military, become police officers. They want an identity because they don't have one. So they'll go for the bitch. Fuck it, I don't give a fuck what bitch I get. I'll just take the bitch who like police officers. I'll take the bitch who like drug dealers. Easiest way. Send a bitch at them, and a nigga just, oh yeah. Come on, my nigga.
New this morning while you were sleeping, we got the mugshot of 31-year-old Demetrius Spence, who Atlanta police say placed a fake 911 call that ended in the death of Atlanta rapper Young Scooter. Today, the woman charged with making that fake call before the events that led to the rapper's death will go before a judge. 31-year-old Demetrius Spence is currently in custody at the Fulton County Jail, and that is where we find 11 Alive's Karis Belger. Karis, let's talk about what charges is Spence facing.
Well, Spence is charged with transmitting a false public alarm. She's scheduled to have her first appearance at noon today. Police put out a public...
I took my glasses off. Transmitting a fake public alarm. I was talking about you having self-worth and actually having real pride, real confidence. A motherfucker will be the reason why you get murdered. Everything you had going with your children, how you were helping out your mother, your auntie is in the hospital, you're paying the bills at the house while she's there. All of that shit stops. Not to mention you bleed out laying on the ground. Not to mention that whole transition. But all of that happens, and a bitch is going to get 12 months of unsupervised probation. A motherfucker was able to get in and destroy so many lives in situations, and she's going to get a misdemeanor transmitting a false public alert. What the fuck? You know, one of the reasons why the Men Too shit was so serious to me is, you know, of course, all the, you know, regular reasons, but I felt like that was a glitch in the system. This is a major overlook. This shit has been overlooked. Somebody forgot to put this in. Look, if a bitch is able to destroy a motherfucker whole life because she got cheated on, she shouldn't be let out of jail with no motherfucking misdemeanor at when it's found out she's lying. He's facing 30 years for this grape and SA. But all she's facing is a misdemeanor perjury. filing a false. That's we have an issue here. That's not fair. That's not even. Why wouldn't a bitch do that? Furthermore, the punishment should be more severe on the Men Too side of things, where a bitch is raising her hand on that Me Too shit for spiteful reasons. The punishment should be more severe because of what it does to the real victims afterwards. Once it's found out she was lying and she gets this bullshit, no jail time, misdemeanor charge, not only does that encourage another spiteful bitch to do the same thing, but what happens to the real victim who wants to come forth or does come forth, and now niggas is looking at it like, man, this motherfucker probably lying. Now logical motherfuckers are siding with the fucking predator until it's proven otherwise, because we've seen this so many times. Bitch get cheated on, she lie. She get kicked out of party, she lie. What's the fastest way to fuck up a nigga whole life? Is hit him with the Me Too shit. Lie on him. Why wouldn't you do it? At the end of the day, maybe you go to jail, you'll get $100 bond, and they gonna sell that shit out of court. You won't get no jail time. Why wouldn't you do it? If it go right, he's probably gonna get killed. He's gonna die. He's gonna get 30 years. I.e. Sean Oakman, Brian Banks. At some fucking point, I'm telling you, either the legal system is going to have to step up and do some preventative measures to where a bitch got to think twice before she do this, or you going to have niggas handling that shit they self. Trying to tell you, my nigga, I'm just being for real right here. This situation right here deals with a very serious issue that's going on right now. Motherfuckers is out here working every day. Motherfuckers is working 410s and overtime and all type of shit. And then they have to go into a court system where they're not being treated fairly. They're barely scraping by as is. And now because they don't want to be with a bitch no more, looks like they might lose the little bit of grip that they do got. That leaves them with nothing. Difference between a nothing ass bitch and a nothing ass nigga. Tell you now, like, dog, motherfuckers, look past a lot of these situations, and obviously I still keep in contact with everybody, and we got guys who are still dealing with the legal system, with them getting visitation and child support reductions and all type of shit that goes on, and there's still no legislative legal help for the man. The man is still being dragged through the mud in the court system when it comes to them going up against the mother of their children and just women in general. Motherfuckers probably need to open their eyes up. Motherfuckers are getting tired. It's about to be summertime. Shit about to get serious out here. Not to fucking mention a nigga just bled the fuck out. I want to see the body cam footage. I got to be honest. I want to see the body cam footage of this situation. I want to see what happened when they got to the door, how they, you know what I'm saying, approached the door and all this shit. I want to see what happened when they chased after them. That's going to answer a lot of questions for me. But just how this whole situation was handled, from the obvious prank call, If it's not obvious it's a prank call, it's obvious that this is a delusional, like this ain't a bitch that, like, the story ain't lining up. And I understand you gotta move on, you know, situations and shit like that, but I feel like if the house or the address that the nothing ass bitch was calling in for them to go hit, I feel like if that was a house that the dispatcher was connected to, like if that was her brother's house, she would have asked a lot more questions and got a lot more understanding before she put that call out to the police, because we understand once the police get there, it's a whole different situation. Shit happens once the police get there. We've seen the police be used as weapons before. I don't feel like that dispatcher would have handled that the same way if that was an address that was close to her. She wouldn't have just willy-nilly sent them out there like that. Now we got to get to the scooter part. We got to talk about Scooter. Man, shout out that nigga JP. Always rocking out the real way. You know that nigga, he kept me stocked up on good verses. A lot of motivation. JP is always giving a lot of motivation. I feel like everybody inspires in different ways. You know, when I look at Same Old Gossip Reheated, to see Katrina still moving like that, that's motivation. Looking at that nigga Ed, man, you know, Ed Cole, for him to continue to steam forward the way he do, that's motivation. Anytime Naeem drop, I gotta see it because of the way she thinks. She just think outside the box. I think that last video she dropped, I couldn't remember what the fuck it was, but just seeing, you know, how she rocks out is motivation. And I'm gonna be honest with you, motherfuckers need that. Motherfuckers need that shit, man. Not just me, but it's people in your life that maybe I ain't gonna say you gave up on, but you ain't talked to them in a while. Maybe y'all went y'all separate direction, but I'm telling you, I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with checking in and asking. Nay hit me up what I feel like a couple weeks ago, but it could have been months ago. But Nay hit me up just in all caps. Are you okay? You know what I'm saying? Just making sure and shit like that. You know, and honestly, it felt good. You know, obviously Theo, the team. But Nay was the only one who came through like that. Just I'm talking, are you okay on some shit? And it made me think, like, am I okay? But motherfuckers feel that shit, and it's needed. I'm gonna say that they feel it, and it's needed. I know how it made me feel. So if you got other people in your life that, you know, maybe you feel you haven't seen them in a while, whatever that, man, hit them people up. It feels good to know that, because you know the internet gonna be the internet. Motherfuckers on the internet, you know, yo, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, for somebody to hit your personal line and check in on you, that shit, it motivates you. It motivates you. So if you got somebody, man, hit them people up. You know, fuck all that, you know, whatever bullshit maybe y'all got or had in the past. Hit them people up, man. Cause it's like I said, there's a lot going on right now. You like I couldn't come and just holler about this rapper shit because there's too much shit with these rappers. I seen Kodak out there. Man, I wanted to do one on Kodak, but I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't pull myself to rock with it. I feel like that Kodak, seeing Kodak like that out there in the street, geeked up like that, I feel like that fucked me up more than this situation with Sauce Walker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's fucked up. The dude that died with Sauce Walker, I think he was from Memphis, so it made more sense or whatever like that. Like, this is how this shit supposed to go. To be an active street nigga is to be a nigga ready to die every day. That's just what it is. But to see Kodak so geeked up that he don't even realize what he doing, and also the people around him, he probably don't got nobody around him that was actually there from the beginning. And that's why the people around him probably treat him like they'll give him whatever the fuck he want because they just don't want to get kicked out. They're not worrying about his actual health and wellness, overall wellness. They thinking about continuing to be able to take pictures with fucking Kodak. So that was, and I wanted to speak on, but I couldn't bring it. But you look at a lot of these situations in this entertainment industry, I'm telling you, my nigga, like, the shit is just negative after negative after negative after negative. I do not feel like you can take that shit in as a nigga or a person. You could be a doctor, a EMT, and you seeing, you know, motherfuckers getting killed, how these motherfuckers are getting killed and going to jail and losing everything the way they are. If you've been through that and you know what that is, it's gonna touch you different. Academics and Adam 22 and E, they can deal with that shit daily because they don't even know what the fuck it is. It's another story. It's a face. It's a picture. It's a video to them. Like I said, I can't help that, man. I can't, that shit, all that negative shit, I feel like that shit just, it piles up on you. And that's on my side. It might be something in your life that is, you feel like it's putting pressure on you, negative pressure, not good pressure that's going, you know what I'm saying, make a diamond, but just negative pressure. You need to identify what the fuck that is and get that shit out. Get that shit the fuck out, regardless of what it might cost. Regardless. But back to this right here. Let me see here, because I can't see shit, my nigga. So I'm throwed off. Look at this dumbass shit.
23 William. Oh, you said Nye, NYE, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you to Kat. Hello.
You can't be serious. Yeah. No.
Actually,
Dr. D.
What up?
You been in here the whole time?
What's up, my nigga? Nah, I've been in here like
Man,
maybe like 10 minutes.
oh man, dog, this shit fucked up, man. I can't see nothing, man. We got Dr. D in the building, my nigga.
What's going on, y'all?
Let
What's going on?
me see if I can't, because I got the echo. I'm gonna have to take the mic out. Let me get this right. Shout out to that nigga. Hold on. Man, shout out to that nigga Mac. Mac said, bless Scooter Soul. Frost. Turn the fuck up. I appreciate that. Hold on. If you say something, D ain't gonna be able to hear you. Shout out to that nigga Calvin Aris coming through the door heavy. Said, welcome back. What the hell going on? Hold on. Out here in these, I'm assuming he's saying streets. Man, it's too much. Too fucking much. Shout out to that nigga Calvin showing love. Shout out to that nigga Chop coming through the door. Said, salute, native. Keep letting the Lord use you as a vessel. My nigga, that's all I can do at this point, my nigga. Real talk. Shout out to that nigga Desmond Taylor coming through. Desmond Taylor said, favorite podcast by far. Keep going hard, big dog. You know what the fuck we doing. Shout out to that nigga Desmond Taylor. Been showing love for a minute. But we got Dr. D in the building. I wanted to bring Dr. D in here because he had a lot of insight. Dr. D is out there. For those who don't know, Dr. D is in Atlanta, and not that far from the actual scene where this happened at. So let me. Can you hear me, D?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yep, for sure.
All right, that sounds pretty good. Man, I wish I had some fuck. Well, I can. All right, so yeah, Dr. D has been out there and seen some things. So, Dr. D, I wanted to ask you a couple questions. First thing first, how did young Scooter die? Like, what killed him?
So you got a couple main arteries in your body that if you sever them, you're gonna bleed out pretty quickly. The three main one is your carotid. Y'all probably heard of that one. That's in your neck. Obviously, y'all know that if somebody slice your neck, you gonna die. Like y'all know that. The other one's in your wrist.
Is that the jugular?
So the jugular is a vein.
Okay.
It's a vein, so that's not good either. But see, the thing about slicing a vein, okay, so artery means that the blood is coming away from your heart, meaning it's being pushed faster. A vein bleeds slower. That's why, like, if you cut yourself in some places, a vein is gonna bleed slower because it's not under that pressure from your heart. It's on its way back. That's why it be blue. That's why you cut yourself and it be blue. That's a vein. That's not as bad. Now the jugular is a big vein, so I mean that's still kind of whack, but you got a better chance because it's not gonna bleed out as fast because it's not gonna be pushed out. Okay.
Yes.
But an artery is gonna be much worse because that's under high pressure. That's under high pressure. Not to mention if this nigga might have had high blood pressure and or been on drugs. Now you're gonna have even more pressure in your heart, so you're gonna bleed out faster. But you got your carotid. You got your wrist, you got the one in your wrist. Obviously, you all know that. Somebody slit their wrist to kill themselves. You all have, seen people try to do that. That one's there. And then you got one in your leg. You got one in your leg. You got your femoral artery. So that's the three main ones that you're gonna lose a lot of blood very quickly. Like I said, not to mention, if you already have high blood pressure, you might just be 40, 50 years old and just already have high blood pressure. Then you're on drugs and then you're running. So as you all know, when you exercise, what happens? Your heart rate go up because every time, that's the bad thing about an artery. Every time your heart beat, more blood is gonna spurt out. So like that's the difference with an artery. Like when a vein, if you cut yourself on a vein, like when they draw your blood at the doctor, it just kind of dribble out. That's a vein. It's not under pressure. But if you cut an artery, you ever seen somebody get cut and it's just spewing out? It's actually just being forced out. Like it's just spewing out. That's an artery. Like each heartbeat is spewing out. So the faster your heart beating, the more it's gonna spew out every single time.
So and see, and that's heavy because they said he. So what did the police cut him? What cut his leg artery?
They said that he broke his femur and that cut it, that bone. If you break your femur, that's the biggest bone in your body. They said he came down from the fence the wrong way and broke his leg, and it just so happened the way his leg broke, the bone cut that artery. But that can happen. I've seen that happen a lot of times in like a motor vehicle accident.
Wow.
That definitely can happen. Yeah,
Wow.
that femoral bone right there, that's the biggest bone you got, and it's right by that artery. It's right by that artery. So if you break that, that's why a lot of times niggas on motorcycles die. If you break your leg in the wrong place, you're gonna die. If you break it in the lower part, you good. But if you break your thigh up there, you might be fucked. You might
Wow.
be fucked over with. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, tell me this right here. So, because when you said he broke it like that, I got 3 questions. How big was Scooter? Big and fat? How tall was Scooter? And have you seen the fence that he jumped?
Yeah, I seen the fences in that neighborhood. They all about the same. They probably like 6 feet tall. Scooter wasn't just a tall nigga. Scooter was around Future a lot when you seen him, which made him seem shorter than he was, because Future about 6'4". So it made Scooter look shorter than he really was. But Scooter probably 5'8" if I had to guess. I done seen him out in the club and shit like that before, but I never really pulled up on him. He might be 5'10". Let's see what Google say. But beside Future, it's hard to tell because the nigga was always standing beside Future and Thug, which gonna make
Real
anybody
tall.
look short. Yeah. That's gonna
Real
make anybody
tall.
look.
But he don't look. I guess I'm saying that because the nigga don't look like no. When you say he broke that bone and that bone being so big and sturdy, I'm trying to see how the fuck, like how tall is this fence and was like how much body weight was on it that it just did it like that. Like
Scooter
what
wasn't
happened?
that big, but people fail to realize especially when you're not. It's just like anything. It's just like anything. Ayo, okay, I know you used to hoop, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now what if you went out there and that's just hooping, that's just jumping your regular jump. What if you went out there and tried to play full court for 2 hours? How would that go for you?
And
you see what I'm saying? And that's just regular. That's just basketball, and that's you sober.
Real talk.
and so all of a sudden, you got to think he's there, he chilling, probably under influence, probably under, and just all of a sudden his body just on 10, and he done jumped that fence. And that fence, them fences might be 6 feet tall. Like they taller than a person. Like it's wooden. They wouldn't know. So they're not the ones y'all think about. Like it's not the little metal joints that come to your waist. It ain't them.
That's
it's
what I
the
was thinking.
ones.
That's what I was thinking.
It's not them. It's not them.
Look, so because when they said that it was something that was cut, I'm thinking he cut himself on the fence. That's why I was asking, like, was it barbed wire on the fence? Why the fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? But he broke his leg. That's
he
what
broke
cut
his
it
leg. That's what they said. Yeah, he broke his leg and cut it open, coming down. And keep in mind, he jumped 2 fences. So the way adrenaline works, he might broke it on the first one, and that adrenaline kicked in. You know how that be. He might have not been able to felt it at first. Then or either he did break it on the second one. Either way, it would have been even worse if he broke it on the first one, and that made more sense why he bled out, because you kept running and exerting energy, and you was bleeding. See what I'm saying?
And that shit was just squirting out. All right, and so now we go back to, the conversation about why did he run? With you
before we say that, it's an important part that you was missing when talking about the girl and the 911 call that I think everybody missing. I'm here, so I noticed, and the news even said this, but y'all probably didn't catch it because y'all ain't from here. She made this call. The reason why the 911 girl, sounded like she didn't believe it, I know for a fact she knew it was bullshit, because she said that because the call came from DeKalb County. And where the call came from is about 45 minutes from what they can see that. Y'all know that 911 can see where you at. So she seen the girl ain't even in this county. That's why she sounds like that. Yes, if you call 911, they gonna know where you at. Y'all know that. Yeah. They gonna know exactly where you are. So when she called, she wasn't even in Fulton County. This is Fulton County where I stay at, and I stay maybe like 3 miles. I stay right downtown, like by the stadium too. But they stay in like more like a an actual neighborhood or whatever. But I stay in like a different type area. But still, distance wise,
you saying Scooter and them stay in the neighborhood?
That's where the house was. I don't know if he stayed there. Now I don't think Scooter stayed there, but that's where he was though. The house where it happened is like a mile from me. I don't know if he lived there or
Got you,
not though,
got
but
you.
that's where it would happen. That's where it happened at though.
Okay,
But the
okay.
call, yeah, Nye Street. Nye Street is downtown Atlanta, real close to downtown Atlanta, definitely Fulton County, Atlanta. This girl called from goddamn Snellville or some shit. That's why the 911 girl
Wow,
was acting like that because she knew it was bullshit.
wow.
Because keep in mind, that's why she asked her that question. Notice at the end, she asked her, "When did you hear the gunshots?" The girl said, "Just
Yep.
now." So she know you lying because she can see you 40 minutes away.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. See that I didn't know that. And that dog, that's and you right, like dog, when shit happened, the people in that area, the news does report different. What we get over here is just the overview. But that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly right. It makes so much sense. Dog, and so do you have any information on how the police stepped to the house? Did they come to the house with lights on? Did they come there, with the battering ram, or did they come there calm?
I think they came there calm. I know it wasn't no battering ram or no crazy shit. I do think it was more than one for sure. It was quite a few of them, but that's because she said all that stuff. If you pay attention, she made sure to say all the triggers to make sure they sent a bunch of policemen. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they
Exactly.
kidnapping.
Exactly.
Oh, they
Yep.
raping. Oh,
Yep.
they, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? But
Yep.
they just knocked on the
Guns.
door. From everything I'm hearing, they just knocked on the door. Like, what's up? Like, no, like battering ram, no kicking the door in, no because they say literally in the news, it say Scooter opened the door and then closed it. So they just let him open the door and close it, and then Scooter ran out the back. Now, why Scooter opened the door? I don't know. I'm like, why not just run out the
That's
back?
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that
Yeah.
part.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to see, like, okay, so if that wasn't his house, but he's the one who answered the door,
That's what they
like,
say.
what was it? What was it? Was this a party going on, or like was it a whole bunch of people in the house? Because they said 2 people ran.
They said 2 people ran. I think it was 3 people in the house. I think one dude didn't even run, and 2 of them ran, but the other dude started running, and then I guess he thought better of it, and he just walked back in the house. So Scooter was the only one who kept running. Now, the rumor is the girl was mad because she didn't go over there. So I guess they was having a party, but at the time the police showed up, they say it was only 3 people in the house. Who the police said? Because keep in mind, the police is looking for the women that they say being raped. But the police is
Yeah.
like, we didn't find nothing. We didn't find no drugs. We didn't find no woman being held hostage. We didn't find no blood. And no other neighbor reported no gunshot or nothing like that. That's how they also knew it was bullshit. If it's really gunshots, multiple people
Shit, yeah.
gonna call. Like, hey,
You
it's
damn
gun, you know
right.
what I'm saying?
You damn right. You
But
damn right too.
we just got one call from fucking 45 minutes away. They already probably knew. They probably already knew. Because they
And that's
actually tried
probably
to
why
save
they
Scooter. The police tried to save his life. They took him to the
Uh-huh.
hospital. Yeah.
No, that's and so he died at the house. So he didn't bleed out on the ground. He died in the hospital.
That's where they pronounced him. He was probably already dead there. But I couldn't tell you that
Gotcha.
part. But I know they took him. I don't know in what condition he was already in. Probably bad, but they took him to
Gotcha.
right there to Grady. They took him right there to Grady.
Okay, and so I guess I want to go into this. Was Scooter 40 or was he 35? Because I'm getting different ages.
He was 39.
He was 39. He was 39 years old. Okay. So just down there in Atlanta and everything, like how were people, like how was Scooter's reputation at this time? Like is Scooter still, you know what I'm saying, Scooter, or did he like start doing something different? What was he on? Like was he doing shows?
Yeah,
What was Scooter on?
he had cooled off a little bit. You remember in 2020, like maybe 16, Scooter was on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely,
He
yeah.
had cooled off a little bit from that. So I had heard that he was dabbling back in the street shit. I never confirmed that. I'm not that deep into the streets.
Yeah.
Now we did talk about a little bit because I was cool with and actually knew Trouble, and Trouble was cool with Scooter too. And Trouble would mention him. Yeah, I got to do a song with Scooter or whatever. And at least at that point, when I was cool with Trouble, that was like 2021, and Scooter was still kind of not really too heavy in the streets. At least he was still kind of focused on music. But lately he kind of cooled off. So I don't know. Based on how he reacted, kind of make me wonder, had he kind of dabbled back in the streets? I don't know if the shows was cooling
Yeah.
off, you know, like.
Yeah, but that's what I'm asking, and this is because, like I said, I'm mad right now because these bullshit ass iPhone Max still have not came the fuck on, man. And I want to see the comments, but I want to ask, when is the last time anybody heard about a Young Scooter show? And this is from all. So obviously we got different people here from different parts of the nation. When is the last time anybody heard? The latest anybody has heard about a Young Scooter show? Because I think I had seen something.
I'm gonna tell you what they say because I can see the comments. Let's see. Ain't nobody saying anything yet. Nobody said anything because I ain't heard of one.
Yeah, that's what I said. I ain't, because I would think South Carolina, North Carolina would be his stomping ground. Mississippi, and I would think, I guess, Georgia, maybe not Atlanta, because you know what I'm saying, it's other stuff going on, but I would think the little town like Griffin, you know, places like that outside of Atlanta, they would still be trying to get Young Scooter shows.
Okay, Big Hank 75 said from Atlanta too, it's been a good minute. Somebody else said it's been a minute, boy, but he had respect. Now that's true. Now, see, people love Scooter, but I think they also respected his street. You know what I'm saying? That's what the name was. People just call him Street. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't think he was just getting money from the music like that, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if he was just getting money from the music like that.
I guess I was just saying, like, as far as like how the people revere him and everything like that, and you know what was going on, because that goes into just like how we was talking about the basketball shit. If I had never stopped, you know what I'm saying, popping pills and shit like that, then, you know, maybe I would still be equipped to do them today. But to drop a habit altogether and then pick it back up on a later date, on a birthday at that can be detrimental. Not just on the physical side, but on the mental side, because you could easily, you know, not knowing where to get shit from, and, you know, new people being around, it can have a whole different effect on your mind. Just on your mind, to where now a motherfucker can make you amped up to where you go and answer somebody else's door, and then for no reason you just start fucking running. I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah, because I mean, even just on a logical level, I'm assuming Scooter had some type of money or some type of motion going on. Scooter just never really known to be broke. He gonna just get in the streets. So I'm like, if you got money, you got lawyer money, just answer the questions or go to jail. That's the thing, Scooter. I know Scooter ain't scared to go sit in the jail for a night. Nigga, just don't say nothing. If you want, you know, just go up there and say, okay, speak to my lawyer. Bail me out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Before you do that, before you do what you did.
Anything. And that's why I say I want to see the body cam footage, because it's not sounding right. Because dog, the vibe that we got off Scooter down here in Alabama, dog, he's not no rapper. That is like Future put on a real street nigga. That's why he's not, you know, so maybe heavy on the rap shit and didn't know how to move with the rap shit, because he was a real street nigga. So I don't give a fuck what's going on. You know what I'm saying? The police come to the door. It's a million ways we can handle this. We can just not go to the door. We just not gonna go to the door until we got all the dope flushed. It's a million things we can do besides opening the door and then running out the back door. Like, we in a house. It's so many places we can hide. So that's what I'm saying. Some ain't jiving right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you open the door to run out the back. Like, they didn't say nothing about him having warrants. I didn't hear nothing. Have you heard something about warrants?
I ain't heard nothing about that.
That's why you
like
run. The reason why you
I wonder if it was just the drugs, dog. I wonder if it was just he wasn't really in his right mind. I don't want to say that, but I wonder if something had him not.
No,
in his
you
right
real.
mind.
They're real. No, that's real though.
Said Kevin Robinson said he had just came out at Boss Man D-Lo show a couple days before he died.
Got you. Okay, that's what I said. I see, because Scooter wasn't no has-been. That's what I was saying. Scooter wasn't no has-been. You got niggas who can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I thought I had just seen Scooter on a flyer. You know, because niggas, didn't you say that he was on the show with the girl?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Scooter was on the show. No. I don't think Scooter was on
Okay,
the
okay,
show.
okay, okay,
But I don't
okay.
watch them kind of
Okay.
shows, so maybe one of the
Yeah,
females
hell,
can watch it. But
yeah.
yeah. But Scooter, like he was so solidified. Somebody made a good comment. Who was this just said this? Somebody Big Hank said he was like our Webby almost. I agree with that.
Wow,
In Atlanta,
wow,
Scooter was just even what
wow.
he had already done solidified him forever. So he was always probably gonna get respect in Atlanta or be able to do a little show, get 5,000 real quick, 10,000. And I know that don't sound like much, but if you think about it, if you can get
Yeah,
10,000 every weekend, nigga, most
shit.
people can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
What? A nigga, dog, a Scooter, I'm gonna be, this is real talk. And you know, we don't do that good talk because the nigga died. I never heard nothing bad on Scooter. That's real talk.
Right.
That real.
Right.
I never heard nothing bad on Scooter. I never heard nothing about no robbery. I never heard nothing about no ratting. I never heard nothing about no punk shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, never heard nothing bad about Scooter. That's what I would wonder. Like, what the fuck going
He
on?
was definitely solid in the streets. You never heard nothing back. Like I said, he was on that level of Atlanta legend. He hadn't quite made it to like a national legend yet, but
Yeah.
like I said, I
Yes.
put him on that tip with Trouble, Pee Wee Longway, Money
Yeah,
Man. You know,
man.
people that in Atlanta is just really, you know what I'm saying? Really solid in Atlanta.
Yeah, and the thing is, some niggas ain't. Some niggas, like, you know, if we looking, I'm seeing young LA, you know what I'm saying, trying to double back round. And it's a little bit harder for him because of the shit that was on his name. You know what I'm saying? He had them incidents, so he got blemishes on his shit. Man, this nigga Scooter, I never heard nothing. Never heard nothing. That's why I like, I don't know him to be no goof troop ass nigga. That's why when you say drugs, it's like, I hate to say it, but dog, that shit sound about right. It sound about right.
And it makes sense because I really don't think Scooter was just that type of nigga. But like you say, on your birthday, people do a little extra. So maybe he was like, well, my niggas got the pill. Let me just go and fuck with one pill on my birthday. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't used to doing it. You probably had some drink. He might have been on that Douce or been on that whatever. And whatever. But my question, you had kind of touched on it earlier. Man, I'm just a regular nigga in Atlanta. You know, I guess I do well for myself, but man, even me, I'm not messing with that chick. So what you think as a street nigga? What was Scooter doing even messing with this chick? I'm like, she kind of whack. Even with the makeup.
I'm gonna say it like, and this is what I'm saying. Like, the only thing that makes sense is like, because in like a bitch like this, a bitch that is below average, she gonna come through the door with gifts. She's not coming the same way that let me show you. She ain't gonna come like Unchi gonna come. You know what I'm saying? He not gonna come like Unchi gonna come. She gonna come bearing gifts. When I forgot the girl name. Unchi, what do we call her?
Yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah. I think Uchimba or something like that. Yeah.
Yes, man, and she, you know, she didn't fuck that whole body up.
Yes, she did.
You know, they not gonna come the same way. She ain't gotta say nothing. When this bitch
but wait though, Ayo, I got a counter to that. I got a counter to that. I live here, bro. I live in Atlanta, bro. I got a couple I talk to right now, bro. Everybody in Atlanta got a body. They all got BBL. So even the BBL girls is coming like this because it's too much competition. So especially if you Scooter, this is Scooter, like Scooter.
That's real. I'm gonna say this though, like this, and this is why I say drugs and this alcohol, like dog. And I'm just gonna talk real. What that shit do, and one of the things that a nigga that used to fuck with it and don't fuck with it no more is gonna notice, just on some real man shit, is the fuck drive. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga it's not just the way a nigga fuck a bitch. It's like how often a nigga would want to fuck a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga be and that's why a bitch would like a nigga better on pills and shit like that than not, because of the way a nigga will fuck. Dog,
this bitch catch you at the right moment, late night, and you about to fall asleep on some shit, and she just said, I want to come eat you off the bone, man, a nigga might go for that shit. A nigga might go for it. And the bitch, and she gonna come through the door like, I'm about to bring some food or anything. And with that dope, you not thinking straight, but you can think you thinking straight. And so it'll amplify the feeling like, I'm really that nigga. These bitches gonna do anything I say. But in reality, the bitch is just trying to sneak her way in because this bitch trying to start her goddamn career. She done went on the show and flop. She trying to do the music, that shit bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So she gonna come bearing gifts, and that shit will really, the persistence of a groupie bitch, that shit could really, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You cannot be with it on, 12 days out the week. And then that 13th day, you know what I'm saying? It just be whatever, and just, I gotta see what it's like. She keep talking about how she gonna, you know what I'm saying? All the shit she do. I gotta see what it's like. And that be a downfall. Because as soon as a nothing ass bitch get inside, she feel like, nigga, you owe me something. You know what I'm saying? You owe me, like you can't just kick me out on some shit. And if you kick me out, then I'm going to take that real offensive because a bitch came through the door looking like this. But she knew the whole time that she looked like this. So she know that she snuck in the club. She knows she snuck in the club with the fake ID. You know what I'm saying? She knew she wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. So when she got in there, the whole shit was, man, shit, I made it in. So I'm just going to, you know what I'm saying, plant my flag. And so if you let a intruder come through the door, they're gonna work so much harder to make sure they stay there. And if you are impaired, it's hard. It's hard, especially because a bitch who come through the door looking like this, knowing, and like you said, down there, all the bitches thick and all that competition, man, that bitch is gonna come through the door on some, you need me, like, do you need me to take something somewhere? You need, like, she'll damn near, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She gonna get in,
and
she
she was
gonna be
probably
like,
going crazy. Not looking at her. She probably was going crazy with the throat now. Looking at her.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, man. Real talk. That's what I'm saying. And that shit on the late night, a nigga will go for it. And that's what I never want us to do is to, get on the level like, oh man, just wave a bitch off. Dog, on that late night, man, a nigga get vulnerable. If a bitch come the wrong way, a nigga, like, that's what the late night is for. And a bitch that look like this, she know her role. That's the problem. She know her role, and where she fuck up at is when she try to live above that. You was never supposed to be nothing. You can't even be a side bitch. You know you just got to be the bitch on the side, just happy getting what you getting. But her whole intention was, I'm going to work my way up from the bottom, and I'm going to be the one to be his baby mama. Because once a bitch get to baby mama status, that's damn near like the gold crown. Bitch know she not finna get, a ring. So a bitch feel like as long as I get one of his babies, I won. A bitch will go around for the rest of her life bragging that I'm Scooter baby mama. This is nothing ass bitch mentality. That's all, because soon as she get to be the baby mama, it's like, yeah, I ain't gotta fight with these bitches. He gotta come see his child, and she can always act like the kid is the problem when really she wants the attention. And the child was just a chess piece to get where she wanted to be at. And that's why I say this shit is so dangerous. And you got to be in control of your urges. Because I'm telling you, a motherfucker will real deal get in your shit and fuck it all up. Because the real danger in a bitch like this, when a bitch like this gets to fuck with a nigga like that, is a bitch is, she's not there to be at the bottom forever. She's not there. She's not going to be content with being at the bottom forever, but she's going to act like she is. That's where the danger comes in. and that's what I try to tell niggas, like, dog, that bitch is not there and doing all the shit she's doing just to continue to be a side bitch. That bitch is trying to be the main bitch. She's just trying to get enough leverage to where she can start complaining about shit. This is how you get all these fucked up situations once a bitch get pregnant, because as soon as she get pregnant, she start acting like the bitch on the left. The bitch on the left is, you know what I'm saying? That's who she can dress, but she knows that she's the bitch on the right. She's always been the bitch on the right. But I can pretend to be the bitch on the left if I get enough leverage. And that's, like I said, that's the danger of it. Because a nigga is not going to treat the bitch on the right like the bitch on the left. It's just not going to happen. Man, you got so many damn, you cooking over there? Man, it sounds like you doing everything over there, man.
My bad. I'm tripping.
Man,
I've been trying to watch
that nigga cooking everything. But I don't never want to just downplay a bitch. You know what I'm saying? A bitch, I'm like the bitch on the right. Even the bitch on the right, if she hit a nigga up late night, the bitch, if she can catch a nigga at the right time. Because a nigga just want to try it out or whatever like that. But you gotta be careful when you see the bitch on the right and then she come up one day and she look like the bitch on the left. You got a problem, because just like this whole do boys go in the girls' bathroom debate we got going on, motherfuckers want you to play along with them. Bitch, we know that you look like the bitch on the right, but you want us to treat you like the bitch on the left? A bitch will be so bold that she'll come out looking like the bitch on the right and still want you to treat her like the bitch on the left.
Yeah.
And so shit get real thrown off. But it's just
so
like
now,
I said.
What about this piece of it though, Ayo? And you being a street nigga, you let me know what you think. We gotta talk about this part of it. With him being 39, you look at him in trouble situation. You look at him in trouble situation. I can understand 18, 19 years old, even 27, or maybe even early 30s. But at a certain point, Ayo, do you think it's not smarter to, because he's old enough to know nothing ass bitch from not one. See what I'm saying?
Yes,
at a certain point, you gotta go to LeBron James route. Just go ahead and get you one and sit down. You're gonna live longer. Look at Trouble. Fucking around with these hoes at damn near 40. Bruh, just go and get you a bad one. You know what I'm saying? And sit down, you're gonna live longer. But LeBron is not worried about this happening, dog. You see what I'm saying?
No, hey, look, and that's real. That's real. And I say that shit with me, my whole thing is, it's not about me no more. It's about the girl. I'm not with that bad karma shit no more. I'm not about to have a bitch thinking that this is gonna be forever when I know that I still ain't at that point where I got that type of attention span. So for me, it's more about, let me get myself together to where I could see myself long term with one person. As far as with other niggas, you know, you got to be real to yourself. Like, if you, like me, I know that I'm not at that point yet. I'm not even finna play with no bitch because I know what comes with that. A bitch act like she's all good with just, no long term. She'll act like she's good with that just so she can get in. As soon as y'all fuck, she feels like that is her okay to start doing the crazy shit. Start acting like y'all go together. Start asking you about who you going, like where you going, who you talking to. That comes with y'all fucking. And a nigga has to be gamed up enough to know that. That's what's coming. Fuck what a motherfucker might have said at the beginning. If you treating her like that's your bitch, she's going to go off your actions. Fuck your words, your actions say that we go together. So a nigga has to have it in his mind, do I really, like, am I willing to go through the bullshit that I know is coming because I know I'm not no one woman nigga? Am I good with what's gonna come? A nigga will say, well, I told her, she knew from the jump she was just gonna be, man, a bitch don't give a fuck about that. as soon as you fuck her, she believe that she can take your wife's spot. She feel like she can take your old lady's spot. She feel like that's why you fucked her, because you knew that she was better than her. That's how she gonna take it. And that's what I'm saying. After you've done this shit enough, you know how a nothing ass bitch think. So you gotta be the one. Nobody blames the child. You know what I'm saying? They gonna blame the motherfucker who, you know, you the adult in the situation. You know what it is. The girl is not going to think logically. The girl is going to think with her heart. That's just what it is. To believe anything else, a nigga will be a fool. You know what I'm saying? So a nigga has to have it in his mind that he is worth it to hold out and not let no just anybody into his life. Dog. For a nigga to be taking care of all the things that a regular nigga got to take care of as a grown man, to let a bitch come through and destroy all of that because she was mad that day, her being mad that day can have you ending up like Scooter, ending up like Trouble, ending up like any one of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have that in your mind to say, I'm worth more than that. I know that when I fuck a bitch don't know how to think no more. That's just what it is. Like you can't be 35 plus and still talking about these hoes stupid. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? At that point, it's you. And you fucking with nothing ass bitches. You need to fuck like what you got going on. Like with you, man, what this nigga doing, man? This nigga over this bitch. Man, what time is it up in Atlanta? This nigga is cooking. This nigga cooking a full.
Hey, but we got some new information now, and I hadn't heard this, and even I'm from here. We got two different people in the chat saying that it wasn't Scooter's bitch, it was the other nigga who was there. Ross said that. Ross said that was Scooter's man, shawty. That wasn't Scooter, shawty. And then this other dude, CYT 3805 said, I know dude that was there feel some type of way, especially knowing his bitch made that call. So they saying that this wasn't Scooter's girl.
And look at this. And you can rock like that, and that's fine. It does not negate the fact that nothing ass bitches, dog, this is a grenade you dealing with. This ain't no precise sniper bullet.
Oh yeah, you might get caught in the crossfire.
No, if your homeboy allows a nothing ass bitch to be around him, that we've seen so many stories about the bitch being the one that let the feds know. Look at American Gangster. So if you look at American Gangster and you think about T.I.'s character in that movie, T.I.'s character didn't have nothing to do with Frank Lucas's wife, but Frank Lucas's wife was the reason why Frank Lucas's nephew went to prison. It's once you fuck with a nigga, his situation is your situation. Once you fuck with a nigga and that's your homeboy, if he comes out fucking with transgenders, nigga, that's on your name. That's on your name. It ain't no, that's on your name.
You right.
So if a nigga bring a bitch in that's a nothing ass bitch and that's your nigga, man, anything can happen, especially if we street niggas. See, as street niggas, we tied in a different way. And this is why I always respected Katrina. Man, I never forget this shit, man. I be getting mad at Brim all the time and shit. So one time I said, hey man, tell Brim, I said he better be in the studio. So I was talking through Katrina. I was telling her, you hit him up, tell him I said, because I don't want to talk to him because I'm mad at him. And I said something about I think that might have been shout out to that nigga Swizzled Out Trends. I think he was sending some more socks down. And she didn't know. So I told her to ask him what his son's shoe size was. She thought I was talking some drug shit. And she said, look, hey, yo, you know I fuck with you, but I can't be in the middle of no, you know what I'm saying? Right. I can't be in the middle of no legal shit. So as soon as shit started looking like it was, you know what I'm saying, going down that way, she was like, hell no. That's how it gotta be, man. That's how it gotta be. Like, if you feel like your lifestyle doesn't warrant you doing no prison time, then you gotta keep that in mind all the way around the board. Whether it's your brother, your mama, your best friend, whatever. If they fucking with that shit that can get them prison time, we didn't seen it, dog. I'm hearing about Lil Baby got a damn RICO charge coming down.
Yep.
I'm hearing about that on the, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers getting RICOs for everything. So you gotta really, like I said, fuck that fake confidence, that fake pride shit. You gotta have that shit for real and really believe in yourself enough to say, man, I can't fuck with you because I can't be mixed up in that. And for me to feel like, oh, I fuck with you because you my homeboy, dog, that shit ain't gonna fly in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? You talking on the phone with a motherfucker could get you 30 years, period, point blank. So if you don't have the type of relationship with your homeboy that you could kind of guide him in situations about bitches, then y'all really ain't homeboys no way. Because on some real shit, being real honest, this ain't no disrespect. If I come to Atlanta and I see her, no disrespect, I'm thinking that she may not have been born a woman. No disrespect. I didn't know because dog, like when I'm thinking of Atlanta, you know, yeah. I'm thinking of, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of shit like this. I'm thinking of Full Figure, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of this type of shit. I'm not thinking about no skinny thing. So, and then on top of that, when you sent me her social media, like, man, this motherfucker making, I'm looking at her hand. Look at her hands. Look at her hands.
Mm-hmm.
Look at her hands. You know, every picture she's trying to hide something. She got all this dim colors and all this other shit going on. It's like, no, I don't know about her. You know what I'm saying? And a nigga, them days of you being the rapper and your entourage just being their own men, that can't happen. If you are the rapper, your entourage has to have enough respect for you to allow you to kind of be involved in situations. Because if one of your entourage members fuck with a girl and it turned out that she's actually a dude, all they gonna say is Lil Baby, you know what I'm saying? Lil Baby, trans, you know, they gonna be talking about the name in it. So you gotta have some pull in these situations, but a nigga has to know if you riding with these people, if this is really your friend, then his decisions can affect you, because it could have just as easily been his homeboy robbed a nigga and niggas came in the house and wet the whole house up.
Yeah.
Your friends' decisions have everything to do with you. You just trying to party for your birthday and niggas just come in this bitch and kill everybody because of what he did. So you gotta have that real confidence and, you know, be able to tell somebody that, hey man, I got this plan.
That's what almost happened to Sauce Walker. Sauce Walker almost died because that white boy ran off with 200.
No, I heard something about that. Was he white? I thought he was Mexican.
Oh yeah, whatever he was, I called him a white boy. He ran off. They say he took some trick dice up there to Memphis, and they say he ran off with like 280 bands. But you know, he went back to Houston, so he went around or whatever. So I guess he thought he could come back and everything was gonna be all good, but everything was not all good.
And that's his fault.
They was mad about that 280. Yeah.
And see, that's his fault because he put Sauce in that situation. That's some bullshit. But that's what I'm saying. Your friends' actions have everything to do with you. To think otherwise is just, that's why as we get older, we more solo. Most motherfuckers 30 plus ain't no entourage no more. We only see each other during funerals and maybe, you know, a holiday. Like motherfuckers be lucky if they get a happy birthday text or Merry Christmas text. As you get older, you kind of spread away from people. But if you are in this life of just this, like I said, this entertainment business is so dangerous right now because of how intermingled it is with the streets. It's hand in hand. So you just got to have control of it. You just got to have control, and niggas got to understand it. That's all this is really to it. Like, regardless if that was his girl or not, she caused, or she set that shit in motion. And I really don't want to say that because I still don't know why he ran. So I still want that body cam footage because some don't sound
because
right.
even if that hadn't happened, even if he hadn't broken his leg, just me thinking logically as a black man, if the police come up, I
Yes.
don't want to.
Yes.
They were
That's right.
way more likely to shoot you. Like, I don't want to make
That's
those
right.
sudden movements and
That's right.
just take out. Like, that was kind of
exactly
crazy.
right.
Like,
That's
you know
exactly
what I'm
right.
saying?
That's exactly right. That's like, dog, and that's why I hate watching body cam videos and motherfuckers is being belligerent with the, like, nah, like, let's handle this shit in court. This ain't no time to start acting like no hoe. And don't do all this, it's because I'm black, and then these motherfuckers find a gun and a whole brick in this bitch. Like, I hate when motherfuckers do that. Like, stand on your shit. Stand on it. So that, once again, just like the Me Too shit, when we hear motherfuckers saying that it was racial profiling, we can believe them. Not just think that it was another nigga trying to get out of a damn night in jail or some shit like that. So, it like I said, it's thrown off, man. It really is thrown off. What I take from it is, at some point in time, that party lifestyle, you gotta leave that shit in the past. And I understand, like, trust me, I understand completely why a nigga would be tempted to kind of go back and live those glory days of when you were doing drugs and shit like that. Everything was a lot more fun than, having to, get up and do what you got to do as an adult. But it also came with a lot of bullshit. This nigga is drinking a whole, man. This nigga.
I cut the water off for a second. I had to turn the sink on. Go ahead.
but no, but like I said, it's really, and this is what I want to talk to you about is, like, does something is it true that if a person does, if you were doing drugs in your 20s and then you stopped at like 25 and then on your 39th birthday you did, the same amount, or you did like one pill or something like that, would that be enough to overdose you? Like, what would that do to your body? Would it be too much? Like, what happens with that?
So that's going to depend on a lot of things, including what the drug is, and if the drug has a lot of physical side effects to it, or does it just have a lot of mental ones? Because if it just has a lot of mental ones, then any break, and that goes for the mental and the physical, but any break you take, then your tolerance is going to go down, obviously.
Yes,
Some things take your tolerance a longer time to go down on. I know they say the people that do what's this? Ketamine. I think ketamine takes a super long time for your tolerance to go back down after you do ketamine.
That's an opiate, ain't it?
Ketamine, it's a tranquilizer. I don't think it's an opiate technically. I know it's like a horse tranquilizer. I don't think it's classified as an opiate. Y'all fact check me on it in the comments, but I know they use it to like tranquilize stuff. So I don't think that's an opiate. But so mentally you got that aspect of it. And so definitely over, let's say it's been 10 years. Let's say he stopped at 29, right? And let's say he started. Definitely mentally, your tolerance is gonna be lower. So it's definitely gonna affect you mentally. Now physically, 39 in the grand scheme of your lifespan is not that old, so it shouldn't have that much effect. But see, here's the difference. It depends on your overall health. Now Scooter wasn't just no big nigga. He wasn't skinny, but Future could have had 39 is old enough to have high blood pressure, to have things like this, early diabetes. It's definitely old enough to have them symptoms if you hadn't been eating right, hadn't been exercising. So if you already, that's the difference. It's not really your age. Like if LeBron pop a pill, he gonna be all right. See what I'm saying? Nigga in top tip shape, you know what I'm saying? But if you already just older, overweight, and hadn't been working out, and your heart already, you got high blood pressure. When you go to the doctor, they side eye you anyway with no
That's
pills.
right.
They be like, all
That's right.
right, Mr. Johnson, you
Yeah.
gotta, you know what I'm saying? So that's the
Mm-hmm.
difference is now you have less leeway with your symptoms, whereas in the 20s, your heart working tip-top shape. So you can pop
Yep.
3 pills and still do
That's
whatever,
real.
go hoop.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You in tip-top shape. But as you get a little older, it kind of depends on how you take care of yourself. Do your body have that leeway? You know what I'm saying? You might pop 1 pill, your blood pressure was already high nines through the roof. You have a heart attack. You have a stroke.
And
See what I'm saying?
and I wanna speak on that, like with that high blood pressure shit. That has a mental effect in that when your heart is beating that fast and you don't know it's beating that fast and you don't know why you might be getting anxious. And so your body is in full, you know what I'm saying, go mode, and you don't know what the fuck is going on. That can make you anxious, you can go from being anxious to being terrified for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And that type of shit right there can cause you to make a bad decision. So, like I said, it's just a motherfucker got to make a choice. If you want to make it this cut and dry, it can be this cut and dry. You can do drugs and have the bitches, or not do drugs, not have the bitches, but you don't got to worry about no bullshit happening. As long as you doing drugs, you going to always be in that motherfucking holding tank talking about, man, they got me on some bullshit. That's just what it's going to be. That's just what, like, and after, once you 30 years old, going to jail you not no real nigga no more. You a jailbird at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Family ain't going to be, like, all that other shit is over. You now. Motherfucker calling you to be in jail, so to be in prison 30 plus and to be in jail at 30 plus is two different things, because you can go to prison for heavy shit, nigga, anything could happen, but to be in jail doing 180 days, doing 90 days, and you 30 plus, you look like a fucking smoker. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make those decisions, and once again, you got to have real confidence and real pride. Like, is your goals, where you trying to get to in life, important enough for you to put down the dope, knowing that with the dope comes the bitches. But the type of bitches that you get on the dope is always going to be the type of bitches that's going to call the fucking police from 2 hours away and tell them that you got a hostage in the motherfucking house.
Yeah.
That's the type of bitches that like niggas who is on drugs. It's what it is, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that is, man. But let me go ahead and see what's going on with it. I really wanted to speak on the Kodak situation. I got to get some more information about that. Did you hear anything about the Kodak situation?
Nah, I just I just seen a video. He looking like he was stoned out, but I ain't really too tapped in with the Florida niggas, so I don't really know what's going on down there.
Let me ask you this, right? Could it have been Molly
that Kodak was on?
No. I'm back to Scooter.
For sure. Now here's the issue with any of it, and this is another issue that I forgot to mention. That if Scooter, like, say someone did it in their 20s, stop, and then start doing it now. Here's the main fucking issue: is today you not getting that what you was getting back then. You're getting fentanyl or either meth. If you taking Molly, I'm gonna go ahead and tell everybody listening to this right now: if you get some Molly today, they put some meth in it. I can go ahead and guarantee you can go ahead and bet your bottom dollar. And if you get in the perk pill, you get in the pill, they put some fentanyl in it, dog. They put some fentanyl in it. So that's the other difference too, is if you stop popping pills and start it today, is back in the day, popping the bean, he was really popping the bean back in the day. You see what I'm saying? But that's the biggest issue. But yeah, if he popped the Molly, I would have to see how he was acting, and his eyes, particularly Molly in particular, is gonna make your eyes real big.
Yes.
So, but if he did the Molly, yes, that would make him bleed out very fast, because Molly's an upper. So increased heart rate, increased heart rate. See, he would have really been better off. Well, no, I was gonna say the liquor make everything slow down, but it's a blood thinner. Damn, everything no drug was gonna help for real. It was gonna make his blood thin, Go ahead.
Yeah, no, but with the liquor, I feel like Scooter is, because I never heard no clown shit about him. I feel like if he was on the liquor, he would have enough know-how to know what to do in that moment to run out the back door. That made no sense. That made no sense. That's why I feel like I said, I hate to say it. I hate to, for that to even be on the table. But
Which is
I guess
what makes sense with the Molly, especially if they put a little meth in there. That's some shit a meth head would do. That's in line with it.
Dog, with that fucking Molly, because you know how motherfuckers do. They don't just party for their birthday. They'll say, this is my birthday week. Whatever year that was, when that Molly was down here, that pink Molly was down here. That was when Rich Homie Quan dropped that that Still Going In. It was the mixtape. Yeah, but it was the mixtape where let's have a party. I got weed. I got liquor. Let's have a party. It was on that one right there. But that's when the Molly had it down here, and I remember taking it like I said, we'll crush that shit up and then you lick it from your hand, whatever. I licked my hand for 3 days and didn't go to sleep. Like it'll just be the sun will be coming up and I'm back outside. It was like I was just running. They were saying that was Chinese meth, but once day for day staying up, not getting no rest, your mind is fucked. I was hallucinating, seeing shadow people. You start thinking shit. So it could easily your first, because if you go back into that retarded, young nigga mindset that you would go back to, because if you that high, you will see a police officer and you think run. That's your first thought. As a, at the base, your base instinct is run from police.
Yeah.
That I'm trying to see if that Molly was going around like that down there, and if that's what they use on their birthdays or whatever. Like, is that a tradition down there, or like is niggas
in
turned
Atlanta?
up?
So first of all, understand this the A. So stuff don't really come around here. At any moment, you can get whatever you want in the A because it's the A. So I mean, you can get whatever you want. It don't really come in trends. If that's what you want to be on, trust and believe you can find it. Now, I don't know too many just niggas that be on the Molly for real, but they do though. But it's not as popular. Niggas more so pop perks. That's more so what niggas pop.
Yes.
Not to say it's impossible that it was Molly. A couple niggas do pop Molly, but that more so females pop Molly here at least. Niggas more so gonna pop the perk nowadays. Niggas more so gonna pop the perk.
No, and that shit's so dangerous. It's just so dangerous, man, because we, like you said.
Or the Zans now. Now they both do the Zans. Now that's big here too right now. Now the Zans, they're gonna pop the Zans too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, and like I said, that type of shit, dog, you can make so many mistakes. But just like you said, these days and time, for a police officer to be at you and your first thought is to jump up and run, dog, you got to be on point. Like, I don't want to do nothing like that because I don't want this motherfucker to get scared and shoot me on accident. It's so many, I'm saying there's so many reasons why you wouldn't want to do that. So, like I said, I just want to see the body cam footage and just really, analyze it and see what's going on. And I guess we'll go from there. Is the girl out of jail yet?
Last I heard, she hadn't posted the bail. I don't know if she done posted it now, but that first day, I guess she ain't had the money like that. She was still in there. Let's see what the comments say. They knowing. Hold up. Somebody said, Ross said, I took a Molly and stayed up for 2 days straight. Damn. Mr. Switcher said, I'm in ATL. Back in 2014, I used to walk into parties and sprinkle 10 Molly. I never heard of that one. On the table. Niggas and bitches would dab away and lick their fingers.
Shit. Man, that 10 Molly, man, look, but that's what I'm saying. Dog, the whole thing about it is, once you understand that you not the type of motherfucker that could just, Brim could, he can go out there and one night he can just, rock out and the rest of the week he be good. I'm not like that. If I start to fuck around, y'all is gonna hear about me being in jail because I'm not gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, and once
that's
you know that
that's real talk though.
Once you know that that's your, so I'm why I don't play. I know it's gonna start at this, and next thing you know, I'm gonna be turned. Everything gonna be so fun, but I'm going to jail. It's just what it is. You know, once you throw them inhibitions away, you know, next thing you know, you back out here selling dope and everything. You know what I'm saying? It just go like that. But dog,
Ross said she out. She out of there. Go ahead though.
She said who?
This nigga Rod in the comments said she out of jail. Nah, but go ahead. You had asked.
Oh, she out of jail. Okay.
She out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but like I said, so, and that's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers got to be real with themselves, regardless if it's weed or whatever it might be. If you know that you're not going to be able to start it without stopping it in time for whatever you got going on, it might be a job interview, it might be a drug test. You got to have enough, once again, real confidence, not fake confidence, to say to yourself, my goal is more important than that. And that shit might sound like real corny, but it is what it is, my nigga. Like, it's motherfuckers out here that's 30 plus that you see them on Atlanta street interviews. I started watching that not too long ago. A dude named Marcus goes around downtown Atlanta and interviews homeless people. And you see motherfuckers out there in like all type of situations, but at the base of all their situations is drugs. And to see, like, you see mothers on there, you know, motherfuckers 40-some years old and, you know, 6 kids, and they just openly admitting that they smoke crack. Like, you have to make that choice. You can feel good now and I guess throw your problem away for a little second and have to deal with it later on that night, or you can start fixing that shit. It's just on you. You know what I'm saying? You take as long as you might want to, but once again, it comes back to how you see yourself. If you feel like you being homeless in a couple months, you know what I'm saying, is okay, then that's just you. Some motherfuckers just don't see themselves like that. And that's what I think real confidence is and real pride is that fuck what other people are seeing. I'm just not the type of motherfucker to be able to go to sleep without taking a bath. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the type of motherfucker, fuck what's going on with anybody else. I can't go outside. I can't leave the house in the morning without brushing my teeth. Like, some motherfuckers feel like, you know, they can just go in the bathroom and do a bird bath. And they can, that's good enough for a whole week. Everybody has their own shit, but it comes down to how you see yourself and what you feel like you deserve. And that's all it is. But let me get to it, man. I got to get in the bed. Dr. D, I appreciate you coming through. Like I said, as soon as the body cam footage come on, we got to go back at it and see what's going on with it, man.
All love, for sure.
I'll see you in a minute.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I didn't want y'all to see me, man. You know, motherfucker talking about jail and all that. So I had to come on back. Dog, I can't find the fucking
I want me a cup of coffee on the scene center.
Trying to find the fucking hold on, let me see.
Hey, if I ever give you this motherfucking pussy, you better slut me out, nigga. Slut me the fuck out. You hear me? Hey, if I ever give you this motherfucking pussy, you better slut me out, nigga. Slut me the fuck out. You hear me?
Yeah. Four niggas wanna talk that shit. Oh Lord, let me pop my shit. One shot, little bitch, little niggas all in my mix. Nigga, you ain't even high like this. See a nigga like me, I don't get no force. If it's up to this goddamn store. Bitch, she said she wanna ride, bitch. I hope you broke it. I beat the pussy all on my dick. I know, cause if a nigga won't smoke, then yeah, got trouble. Cause niggas on the block that I made that dope. But these niggas ain't real. And my goddamn mother, I was raised in the poor. Yeah, that goddamn go to the four niggas talk. Let a poor nigga hate. Young nigga like me still gon' get cake. But she ride that dick, she ain't got.
Yeah, don't be a damn, go get you some money. Don't be a damn, go get you some money. Don't be a damn, go get you some money. Go get you some money, you out with nothing. Just bought a stick and it came with 100. Give me a lick and it came with a 20. Shit, I was wishing it came with with a honey. I ain't stunning on some nigga that done it. We the one who drive the word to the country. Partner down the road, he sending no money. I heard he sending that bill like a jank. Plug trying firm and know we gon' run it. Scratching at the door, you know they don't knock. Back on the block, got whip, got dropped. Trail on the curb, they heard we were high, take a bird out the sky, make it jump out the pack. I know I ain't gon' start till I jump out the drop. Give me a lick and I bought me a wife. Bought me a bitch, love the clothes to that. Dream about a brick, I was closing my eye. I don't want your word, let you ready to ride. How many bogey you finna run? I fuck with Shawty cause she got potential. She coming down 85, don't let them get you. So smoke with your loud 45 with this. Fuck with my mess cause shit be swimming. You understand me, cause you from